Good morning. We begin our time together in song with Come, Come, Whoever You Are. The words are adapted from the Sufi mystic Rumi, set to music by Lynn Adair Unger. We'll sing it through twice. Please make sure your microphone is muted so you can sing as energetically as you like to welcome in this beautiful sunny day. Opening words from Leslie Takahashi. Come, come. Come, come, whoever you are. Come with your hurts, your imperfections, your places that feel raw and exposed. Come, come, whoever you are. Come with your strengths that the world shudders to hold. Come with your wild imaginings of a better world. Come with your hopes that it seems no one wants to hear. Wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, we will make a place for you. We will build a home together. Ours is no caravan of despair. We walk together. Come, yet again, come. Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Gwinnett. My name is Jan Taddeo. My pronouns are she, her, and hers, and it is my great joy and a tremendous privilege to serve our faith as the minister of this congregation. I am so glad we can all be together this morning in this way, which is better than in no way. So glad you're here this morning. Thank you. If you have a chalice at home to light in a few minutes when we do our chalice lighting, please grab that while I offer our words of welcome. We arrive from many places and many life experiences as we gather in this cherished space to recall our true selves, reflect on the meaning of our lives, and explore questions of ultimacy together. We gather in this sanctuary with our doubts as well as our convictions, with our fears and our hopes, with our failures and our aspirations, with our sorrows and our joys. Know this. You are just where you should be, in this sacred space where everyday matters cannot penetrate. Time stretches out and embraces us, but we are unperturbed. Come, there is much to explore together. Know that your whole self, all that you were, all that you are, all that you long to be is welcome here, and you are just where you should be, in a room full of compassionate and thoughtful Unitarian Universalists, ready to meet you where you are. You are welcome here. You are home. If you are a newcomer here with us this morning, we hope that you will indeed find your spiritual home here with us and that you will find a warm welcome among us. We are becoming a radically welcoming sanctuary in a green space. We foster spiritual growth as we joyfully nurture connections and community within our walls and beyond. We walk towards this vision with curiosity, courage, and compassion. I encourage you, if you're new with our congregation, to join us several times to experience the full flavor of this congregation and this faith tradition. Come, be curious, courageous, and compassionate with us. And now I invite us to all take a big, deep breath. Bring your full self to this moment, this time, this precious time that we have set aside in our week to be together. As sound vibrates through us and around us, let us be reminded how deeply and inextricably interconnected we are with one another, with all beings on this planet, with all life, and with all the stars in the cosmos. This morning, our service will be a little shorter than usual, as we are having our congregational meeting today, and we want to try to start that as close to 11:45 as possible. Christiana McQueen and Bob Patrick and other contributors posted almost daily on our Words of Wisdom blog starting in September 2013 through March of 2018. That blog site, our blog site, was named Words of Wisdom ? As an invitation for you to join the reflection. There is a wealth of ideas and imagery for reflection on these pages. I encourage you to go visit it as often as you like. All of those are still there, and it's rich. Today we are offering 3 selections from the collection that may inspire reflection on our current theme, stillness. Here is the first offering, posted on April 25th, 2017 by Bob Patrick. It's titled, Come, Come, Whoever You Are, No Despair. We are no caravan of despair. Come, yet again, come. On some level, we want the whole experience, and we need to know that the whole experience of our humanity is accepted, is not judged, is welcomed. Most of us walk around with a public face that we wear. This is the face by which we are mostly known. Most of us walk around hiding behind that face, the other aspects of ourselves that we are not sure will be accepted by others and perhaps even by ourselves. We might have concrete experiences of being rejected because of those aspects of ourselves, and we do not wish to repeat those experiences. We long for a place and a people who simply welcomes us. Come, come, whoever you are. We develop then the public face, one that is generally accepted, or if not entirely accepted, one that will get us through. Some of our public faces look intellectual. Others come across as aggressive and fierce. Some public faces are quiet and withdrawn in the hopes that we are just not noticed. Some become almost like clowns, the life and energy of the party, always and everywhere. All faces behind which we can hide, take some safety, and avoid rejection. Wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. The great irony to me in this whole dynamic, one that I am convinced from which no one really escapes entirely, is that even while I am hiding behind my public face in hopes of not being rejected or judged by the communities I long to be welcome in, I myself harbor thoughts and feelings of judgment and rejection towards others. I like to walk around thinking that I am not that way. Then someone lowers their public face just a bit, and I see some aspect that I did not know was there. It surprises me, frightens me, disorients me, and I recover to my public face with some judgment. That's not right. That's not acceptable. That's not welcome. I even worry in these moments that I will be found out for my hypocrisy and judged and rejected. What sort of horrible game am I caught in? Are we caught in? We are no caravan of despair. I show up in my various communities, especially the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Gwinnett, because I intend for it to be a community of no despair, a welcoming place for all. I intend that, and I believe that others with whom I gather also believe this. We are no caravan of despair, but we are all struggling with the same basic conundrum. We welcome and we want to be welcome, and we will struggle with fear, anger, and confusion. We all, to some degree, wear public faces and have hidden selves that we are coaxing toward healing. So, come, come, whoever you are. Join us in the dance. Join us in the struggle. Join us in the mystery. Join us, and let's work together. There is much to learn. There are many to love, beginning with those we find staring back in the mirror. And now we'll light our chalice. Do you have your chalices ready to light? These words for lighting our chalice this morning come from the Reverend Dawn Fortune, called The Nights of Midwinter. We light this chalice as a symbol of our free faith. We light this chalice to remember the miracle of the oil that burned for 8 days. We light this chalice to mark the nights of midwinter. We light this chalice as we wait for the sun to return.
The world lit Hanukkah candles, lighting 3 candles for the 3rd night of the festival. So I bring this morning the practice of lighting candles to this Unitarian Universalist congregation, where many of us, like myself, have a Jewish background or want to honor the Jewish holidays. The rabbis of the Talmud, well, they argued a lot, and one of the things they argued over was how one should light the Hanukkah lights. One rabbi and his school of thought that each night you should add an extra light, that on the first night you light 1 candle or lamp, and the second night you light 2, and so on. Another school of thought said, no, you should start with 8 and get fewer and fewer as it goes on. So from 8 candles and lamps or lights to 7 and 6. Well, as you may have guessed, the school of thought about adding light won over time, that's what we do. And the rationale is that we should be increasing light. We should be increasing joy in the world. We should be bringing more light to darkness. I'm taking that to heart this year, that in a year where things have been hard, let's add light. Let's add joy. Let's add wonder. So whatever that looks like for you, may this be a season of increasing light and joy, warmth and connection during long nights. I'll sing the Hanukkah blessings in Hebrew, the first 2 blessings over the candle, and the third for the first time in a year where one does something. And since this is the first Sunday this year where we're lighting Hanukkah candles together, we'll sing that one as well. And following that, we'll say the English translation. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu le'adlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim lavotenu bayamim hahem ba'azman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'echianu v'kimanu Egeanu lasman haser. Amen. Blessed are you, source of all, who brings moments of holiness to our lives through the ritual of lighting the Hanukkah lights. Blessed are you, source of all, who brings our attention to miracles from ages past to this very moment. Blessed are you, source of all, who has given us life, sustained us, and brought us to this very moment. And let us say, Amen. Happy Hanukkah.
Everything Possible, a Lullaby. This was posted on March 1st, 2017 by Bob Patrick, and this was his introduction. Our hymn theme for the month of March 2017 was a song written in 1983 by the Unitarian Universalist minister, the Reverend Fred Small. He wrote it in response to a request by Janet Peterson, cellist for the women's music group Motherlode. It is said that she wanted a lullaby that she could sing to her 9-year-old son about the freedom to live and love as we choose. After this reading, you will hear the group known as the Flirtations sing this beautiful lullaby. The Flirtations was pro-LGBT group raising awareness of HIV and AIDS during the 1980s and 90s. Just reading the comments on their YouTube page of this song indicates how beloved this song became to many people over the years, especially people losing friends and loves to the AIDS epidemic created in this country by a nation and a government at the time unwilling to see some groups of its own citizens as real people of worth and dignity. This is the lullaby. Bill Benshaw, I've updated it with a few trans-friendly lyrics. Here's the lullaby. We've cleared off the table, leftovers saved, washed dishes and put them away. I've told you a story, tucked you in tight. At the end of your knockabout day, as the moon sets its sails to carry you to sleep over the midnight sea, I will sing you a song no one sang to me. May it keep you good company. You can be anybody you want to be. You can love whomever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads, and know that I will love you still. You can live by yourself. You can gather friends around. You can choose one special one. And the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're done. There are people who grow up strong and bold. There are people quiet and kind. Some race on ahead, some follow behind. Some go in their own way and time. People love people. Families form. And our parts don't always match who we are. You can dream all the day, never reaching the end of everything possible for you. Don't be rattled by labels, by taunts, by games, but seek out spirits true. If you give your friends the best part of yourself, they'll give the same back to you. Bob writes, as I ponder these words and begin to spend a month reflecting on them, I'm struck by this powerful message. You can be whoever you are, and I will love you still. I will love you still. That brief but strong affirmation addresses that insidious fear that is far too often implied in our relationships within our culture. That if we do not behave in ways that measure up to the expectations of others, they will withdraw love from us. From another perspective, it is this. When we truly love another, we honor them for exactly who they are. We do not require them to become someone else for us.
We have cleared off the table, the leftovers saved, washed the dishes, and put them away. I have told you a story and tucked you in tight at the end of your knockabout day. As the moon sets its sail to carry you to sleep over the midnight sea, well, I will sing you a song no one sang to me. May it keep you good company. You can be anybody that you want to be. You can love whomever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads. And know I will love you still. You can live by yourself. You can gather friends around. You can choose one special one. And the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're gone.
Some girls grow up strong and bold. Some boys are quiet and kind.
Some race on ahead, some follow behind.
Some grow in their own space and time.
Some women love women, and some men love men. Some raise children, and some never do.
You can dream of a day never reaching the end of everything possible for you. Don't be rattled by names, by taunts or games, but seek out spirits true. If you give your friends the best part of yourself, they will give the same back to you. You can be anybody that you want to be. You can love whomever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads. And know I will love you still. You can live by yourself. You can gather friends around. You can choose one special one. And the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're gone.
Oh, the love you leave behind when you're gone.
I wrote these words for the Words of Wisdom blog on this very date, 7 years ago in 2013, before I had retired. On my way to work is a prayer mile. A low rustic sign announces in bold block letters, "Prayer Mile." 1 mile later, a second sign announces, Amen. The other sides of these signs bear the opposite messages so that it works both ways. I've decided to observe this prayer mile. At 40 miles per hour, this amounts to 1.5 minutes. One brief moment as I move from the private world of family to the public world of work. Another brief moment as I make the journey home again. My goal is to rid my head of the monkey mind of the world I am leaving behind so that it doesn't infect the other. Am I feeling anxious? If so, I focus on 1 or 2 actions I can take to improve the situation, vow to set those actions in motion upon my return, and then I lay it to rest. Of course, I'm not always successful, but I do find that giving the transition my full attention, if only for 90 seconds, does indeed help. Anyone can make a prayer mile. Choose a landmark along an oft-traveled path, drive for 1 mile and choose a second landmark. The first few weeks, you'll have to make a conscious effort to observe it, and many times you'll likely forget. But after a while, it will become a habit, and you'll notice it whether you mean to or not. You might simply throw out the names of people you hold in your heart, or you may intentionally notice something beautiful. Include a word of closure. Amen, blessed be, just do it. Give it a try and let us know how it goes.
Thank you, Lorena and Bill and Bob, for your writing. Let us now sing together number 352, Find a Stillness, words by Carl G. Seaberg, put to a Transylvanian hymn tune. Here we strive to create a model of the beloved community. We do this in large part through our care and support of one another. We each arrive here holding joys and sorrows, triumphs and disappointments. We set aside time in this communal space to honor that which we carry on our hearts, to celebrate together and to grieve together. If you would like your joy or sorrow shared aloud in the service, please share it in the chat space on Zoom. And in a few minutes, our pastoral care associate, Rob Cole, will read them aloud as I light a candle of compassion to lift each joy or sorrow into the collective consciousness. I invite us now to enter into a time of silent reflection, a time of stillness, as we create a container of compassion to hold our joys and our sorrows. Into this container, we offer that which is most on our hearts to share with this beloved and supportive community. I begin with a candle for all the people who worked so hard. This is a joy. All the people around the globe who have worked so hard to develop vaccines for this novel coronavirus. I can't know how much effort, how many people, but it's amazing. And I know it will be some time before many of us are able to receive that vaccine, but it is a bright, shining light in the future. I light another candle for all of those who are working and serving in medical facilities as the virus cases escalate around the country and around the globe. I know that they struggle every day with having enough, being enough, grieving, and getting up again the next day to start it all over again. And I light a candle for all who are engaged in the field of education and those holding those who are in the field of education, the teachers, professors, students, school staff, bus drivers, the parents, the spouses, the families. These have been trying times, and I hope the holidays will provide a time of renewal for all. And now, Rob, if you'll share. We light this last candle for all of those joys and those sorrows that remain held in the sanctuary of the heart. May we all know that we are not alone. May we hold one another with compassion and loving kindness. Amen. And we respond with the song, From You I Receive, by Joseph and Nathan Seagal. We sing it through twice. Our congregation is committed to creating a more compassionate world and a greener world. And to this end, each quarter we split our plate collection with an organization selected by the Give Away the Plate Committee, an organization nominated by people in the congregation. So please think of organizations, especially local organizations, that you would like to nominate. Our fourth quarter plate recipient is New Life Technology Group. Located in Alpharetta, Georgia, the mission of the New Life Technology Group is to help our planet by reducing e-waste and support our community through their Computers for Kids program. They do this by recycling, refurbishing, and redistributing electronic waste. They work with businesses, schools, faith communities, nonprofits, and neighborhoods to help keep electronics out of landfills and donate them back to the community. Through the power of our donations, they are able to transform our community and the world around us towards a cleaner, greener, and more hopeful future. Our plate contributions also support the shared ministry of this congregation, so I ask that you please give generously to support the work of this important ministry in our local community, as well as the vision and mission of our congregation. As we listen to a recording of our pianist Brian Bishop playing An Ocean Drive by Margaret Goldston, you will see on the screen ways to contribute to our offering via PayPal, Venmo, or by mailing a check payable to UUCG to the address shown on the screen. If you are worshiping with us for the first time, your presence here today with us is a great gift to this congregation. You may choose to let the plate pass if you like. The offering will now be most gratefully received. May the generous gifts received this week move us towards realizing our vision of a more connected and compassionate world. Thank you for your generosity. I am grateful also for Bill Benshoff and Lorena Griffin and Rob Cole for their parts in our service today, and for Bob Patrick's selections from the Words of Wisdom. He and Christiana have written many lovely pieces on there. I'm also grateful for Christiana for managing our Zoom room, and Russ Taddeo for running video and sound, and to all of you for being here with us today. Now is the time for our call to connection. I know you hear it every week and you hear it all over the place, but connecting is really important during this time. So we have a few ways you can do that. If you're a newcomer to our congregation, I invite you to text welcoming to that number on the screen to receive just a few texts and emails for a few weeks to guide you in connecting with us. You can also sign up for our weekly e-news by sending a message to our administrator at info@uucg.org to be added to our email list. And you can register for events on our website. There's a register for events button on the right side in the middle of the screen. And when you go on to that, you can see the kinds of things that are happening. And also you can go to our Facebook page, our public Facebook page, and learn more about us there too. If you're new and would like to learn more about Unitarian Universalism and about this congregation, please join us next Sunday, the 20th, for our UU 101 Visitor Orientation. If you've already attended UU 101 and would like to learn more about the path to membership, then please join me for the UU 102 program. It is really helpful if you register for these so that we know you're coming. We'll be there with the room open, even if you just show up, but it is helpful to know how many people might be joining us. Please continue to bring food for the Lawrenceville Cooperative Ministry, food and other supplies. We do this on the first Sunday of every month from 2 to 4. Just bring them by the church and load them into people's trunks. This past Sunday, we brought in 461 pounds of food and detergent and other household goods. So great job, everyone. Thank you for your generosity. We are collecting money to buy gift cards for Corley Elementary School families. We do this every year. And this year, it's easier for us if you would make a contribution and be sure to label it Corley on your check or on your Venmo or PayPal transaction, name that you are contributing this for the Corley gift cards. And we've received a lot of donations. Thank you very much. We're going to wrap this up next week. We'll ask again next Sunday and then wrap it up after that. But we can use contributions for Corley year-round. They use these gift cards year-round to assist families with all kinds of things they might need. Thank you. Please donate platelets if you can. It is true that Terry Walsher is doing better, and he's coming home on Tuesday, which is really exciting. As far as I know, I have not heard anything contrary. I believe he will still be receiving platelets, and we're still wanting to donate platelets. And even when he doesn't need platelets anymore, it's a good, I think I'll keep on donating. And here's some photos of just a few of the people who've been contributing to Team Terry. So thank you all for your dedication to do that. Our holiday services. Today at 4 o'clock, I'll be offering our Blue Christmas service. It's a rather somewhat short, maybe 30 to 40 minute intimate service where we'll gather together in a virtual circle to for those who find the Christmas season especially difficult because of loved ones who aren't at the table this year, or just all kinds of reasons that people can be blue at Christmas time. On December 24th at 7 o'clock, we'll have our Christmas Eve service. Everyone who received a holiday bag has the candles for our Christmas Eve service, along with the little drip guards. If you need candles or drip cards, you should contact me, because we want to make sure you have those for our service on December 24th at 7 o'clock. Our elementary program is continuing. It's a wonderful program. This week is the RE at Home week, and next week they'll resume with the 12:30 program. If you have children of elementary age and they're not registered in the program, please register. Go to the website and register them so that we can get you plugged in with other families with children that age, and you can take part in these programs. Next Sunday is our 10 o'clock adult program called Querencia and the Stillness of Place, or Querencia and the Stillness of Place. And I can't tell you a whole lot about Querencia, and I can't even say it as well as Christiana does, but it has to do with bullfighting. So I hope that sparks your interest and you show up next Sunday at 10 o'clock for this practice of stillness that has to do with bullfighting. It's weird. There will be no program on December 27th as we enter into our Christmas holidays. Small group ministry is up and running, and we are taking registrations. Please sign up soon so that you can get the spot in the group that you want. And also it helps us to know how many people will be participating, how many leaders we need, all of that. So register as early as possible for this next season of programs that start at the end of January. Our Yarns from the Heart group meets this Wednesday. I had been offering on second and fourth Wednesdays exploring spiritual practices, but I'm going to put that on hold for a while, and I'll look for something else to offer probably late January, early February that will be a different kind of thing. And our virtual happy hour continues on Thursdays at 6 o'clock. Please join us. More and more people are coming, and you can be one of them. So come and join us. Check your e-news and the monthly newsletter, and look at the UUCG calendar for more ways to connect. Our Covenant Choir still meets every Tuesday at 7 o'clock. We're putting together some wonderful virtual choir pieces for our Christmas Eve service right now. And then we'll be doing regular virtual choir creations starting in the new year. Our belief exploration is today at 12:30. Exploring Tarot with Sherry is moved to 6 o'clock because she's helping with the Blue Christmas service at 4 o'clock. And our winter solstice program through the Sylvan Sanctuary Druid group is happening Saturday at 6 p.m. Rise in body or spirit as we say together the words we say to extinguish our chalice, and remain prepared to sing together. I know it. Be Ours a Religion. Words by Theodore Parker, music by Thomas Benjamin. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. then please go forth with curiosity, courage, and compassion, and know that you are loved.